Well, it depends. If you had a bigger parking lot, I'd be on time.
Yes, exactly. I'll have to show you where the second one is. Did you find it,
Oh,
parking?
I'm on the road. Hopefully, I don't get ticketed.
Oh,
Because
okay.
there's something about a sign that's like Monday, Wednesday, Friday between this. I was like, I
I
don't know.
think that's mostly for the buses, so you
Okay.
probably missed them. So,
Yeah.
not to worry. People park on the road all the time, so
Okay.
it should be good. It should be good.
I'm not a stranger to the odd ticket because there are days I forget to pay for parking when I work downtown, and I'm like, oh crap.
Oh, yeah.
So I've hit and missed on those ones. So we're gambling today.
Yeah. Well, we'll send vibes of invisibility to your
Please
car.
protect my car.
So we're here today, and welcome. I'm Rhonda from Goddess Garage, and you are?
Kaela from Wayward Spirit.
And this is Tarot and Other Delights. So today we're going to talk about other delights.
Ooh.
We'll draw some cards too. So if you're listening, let us know if you want a card, and we'll pepper that in throughout.
Yeah.
Just to remind people, because I've got my moon cards out. So Moonology.
That is such a great deck.
It is a great deck. Now, it's funny because I love her, but I don't always agree with everything she says about her ceremonies
That's okay.
that she does.
You're allowed to like take what you need
Yeah,
and what works, and
exactly.
then forget the rest.
And even I joke with my clients because on this particular deck, she has like the first moon in Scorpio, and then she's got a little blurb, like a sentence or affirmation underneath. And mostly I'm just reading the top one.
Yep.
Because I'm reading it for the energy. And sometimes, like this one says, release your blocks. Sometimes that
Helps.
works.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's like, no, just ignore that. So.
Well, it's funny though because like what is said on a card and the energy the card gives a certain person could be two very different things.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So it's like
100%.
whatever.
I mean, that's why, like when I say reversals, I don't really do them, but I do.
Yep.
Because sometimes it does feel like this is what this card normally means, but I'm not feeling that.
Yep.
No,
for sure.
So I feel reversals in tarot are very much an intuitive thing.
Mm-hmm.
And, you don't need to study reversals. You just need to learn to tap into your intuition.
Or the shadow side of the card, if that's.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And shadows aren't always a negative thing either. Like the old adage of even plants, even an acorn has to be buried into darkness in order to grow into the giant oak that it will be.
A strong giant oak.
Exactly. And the life of a oak tree, right?
Oh, you've told me this.
It's 300 years to grow, 300 years to live, and 300 years to die. And there are oak trees that are like
That's
800 and 900 years old. So they're not to be messed with.
Think of how many like amazing oak trees we would have had if it wasn't for like the Industrial Revolution.
Oh my gosh, and like clear cutting and all
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. Well, there is an oak tree that is still alive, as far as I know, down in the States. It was right beside the building where they signed the Declaration of Independence.
Yes, I've heard of that one.
Yeah, and it's still around, so it's like, that's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
You know?
Not that I'm planning on visiting the States anytime soon. Now I want to go see it.
Yeah, it'd be cool. Like, I'd be the one going up to it and hugging it.
Yeah.
You're so awesome.
Have you ever walked by a tree and it's kind of giving you like a, hey, I'm here?
Oh, yeah.
I don't get it very often, but when I do, I'm like, oh, that's still a thing. Cool.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Get that a lot.
Yeah, see, I don't. Like, I get it better now that so some schoolyards have better forests than others.
Right.
So depending on, like, where I'm stationed, I can kind of, like, get a sense of some of the trees, and I end up spending some good quality time with them over the year.
Yeah.
But I haven't got, like, a, hey, I'm here nudge in a while. But
okay.
I just, every so often, it kind of, like, takes me by surprise.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, there was one time back when I lived on my farm, a psychic had come over, and I was showing her the house, and we were about to go in or whatever, and we had a couple of big trees in the yard, and she said, I can sense that everyone's so happy you are here.
Oh.
And in that moment, the big tree, it was an oak tree, sent down leaves, and it did a wind
spiral.
but a bunch of them.
That's cool.
It was like, she's like, see, they're just confirming that they are very happy that you're here, right?
Oh, that's neat.
So it was really kind of a cool experience. Like, where the heck did that come from? But
there's also a neat little exercise you can do regardless of whether it's windy or not, because if the tree is open to it, it'll actually curve towards you. because you yourself are a pendulum.
Yeah.
So it's like if it curves more towards you to touch you, then it's a yes, or if it doesn't, it's a no type thing. So you can ask trees questions that way too.
Okay.
And the branches will actually like
Bend.
Yeah.
Cool. Very cool.
I got to start practicing that one a little more.
Yeah, yeah. And if you don't want to hug trees, you can always shake their hands.
Mm-hmm.
And the way you do that is you just reach up and touch a leaf and say, hey, whether you do it just in your mind or if you do it out loud. If you're like me, you don't care what people think. And
if I'm talking to trees, leave me alone.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I do. And there's enough people that are odd around here that I don't stand out that much.
Hey, and if you want to put an earbud in, people will just think you're talking in your phone.
True, that's true. Every person today, you're like, are they crazy or are they talking to someone on the phone?
Right. I've given up on giving the kids trouble.
Right.
Some of the kids just permanently have an earbud in their ear, and I'm like, as long as you get your work done,
right.
Don't care anymore.
Right.
It's April. If I haven't stopped you by now, it's not going to happen.
Yep. So one thing we wanted to talk about today was what's called your star signature. This is a term I've actually come up with on my own.
Okay.
Through studying astrology. So when someone says, what's your sign? Sometimes people get tripped up when I say, what's your sun sign?
Mm-hmm.
But, what is your sign? And, you say Aries or Capricorn or whatever. Most people know that. And that is your sun sign, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you're an Aries?
No, I'm a cusp.
You're a
so
Taurus
I'm
Aries.
a Taurus Aries, but I think depending on which calendar, I lean more Taurus. But it's like barely a Taurus.
Right, right. Just right on that cusp.
Right on
Whereas
that.
I'm an Aries Taurus cusp,
Yeah.
so you're a Taurus Aries cusp. So yeah, and our birthday adventure this weekend. I don't know why I thought it was next weekend. I must have just got it jumbled a bit.
It's all good. It happens with us, right? Like I think one thing, you think the other thing, and we don't confirm with each other. Very ADHD up in here.
Yeah, absolutely. So what your star signature is, a lot of people don't realize this. In your astral chart or your birth chart, you have every single sign of the zodiac in there. It's just where have you placed them. And I often compare that to, like a high school thing. Remember when you first went to high school, you had to do some English. So you have to put this one in a certain spot. And you had to do, let's say, some sort of math. But then you got to pick, do you do, workshop or like woodworking, or do you go to music, or, do you do this or that kind of thing. So once you got older, you had a little bit more choice. When you were in grade 9, you have maybe a choice between one or the other. Yeah,
grade 9, you get 0 spares and very little choice.
Yeah.
By grade 12, you've got like 2 spares per semester and a lot of choice.
Yeah, exactly.
As long as you didn't fail anything.
Yes, as long as you didn't fail anything and you're not trying to make something up or whatever.
Yeah.
But so that's sort of what your birth chart is like. You've placed all these zodiac signs in there compared to what you want to do in your life, in this life, going in. But your star signature is the one that has the biggest influence on you. So the first part of your signature, like any signature, is your first name.
Okay.
And that's your sun sign.
Okay.
So most people know their first name, and you're not like, what do you want from me? If someone says, hey, what's your sign? I'm an Aries, I'll usually say, and then I'll often say, I'll follow that up with I'm an Aries Taurus cusp, but only those in the know actually know what that means.
We'll be like, oh, I got you.
So whatever sign you are, that's kind of your first name. That's your sun sign. And the reason why that's your first name is because it's where you've placed your sun on your chart. Mm-hmm. And it's all about who you are coming into this world. This is a personality that you're bringing into the world. So Aries tend to be very go-getting. We always have lots of energy. We're mad if we don't have energy. Yep. We're warriors, and we often come in as young warriors, like we love the underdog. We love to fight for them. Hopefully, as we get older and wiser, we learn to implement the art of diplomacy and become a wise warrior as opposed to, one that always wants to fight. And we're very go-getting. We're very natural leaders. Now, you're a Taurus to start.
Yep.
Cusp not being looked at right now. And Tauruses, I always jokingly say, if you want the best of whatever, get a Taurus to come with you, because a Taurus always knows the best. They usually have very cozy, comfy houses very aesthetically pleasing. It almost bugs them if it isn't aesthetically pleasing.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I mean, I've shut that part of me down because, like, you know, when you're in college and university and you're paying school bills, so you don't have the space for luxury or space or money. So I've kind of shut that down a little bit, but I'm getting there.
Yeah, but Tauruses have a natural way of going to whatever
is cozy.
Well, not cozy, but the quality.
Okay.
You guys will buy quality and save for quality versus I this is a knockoff and I'll take this.
Okay.
You know, you guys always go quality.
Interesting.
But the other thing about Tauruses tend to, they're lazy. They're stubborn as hell as well. Getting a Taurus to move is like asking a mountain to take a step forward.
There are days I wonder how I'm still married because I attest to that.
My sister's a Taurus, and yeah, she's very set in her ways. And you guys tend to like tradition.
Yeah.
You know, you don't like to veer too far off of it. The other thing about Taurus is they are the leaders of the house of wealth.
Ooh.
So you're actually pretty good at building up wealth.
Can I tap into that?
Yeah.
Like I'm still paying bills.
You should be tapping into that.
I'm trying, but it's not working.
It'd be funny to see what's in your financial house, so to speak.
Oh,
right?
yes, I love this.
Yeah. So
we'll have to do like a something and then do like a report back.
Yeah, absolutely. Because it's saying with your Taurus being as your sun sign, you're a natural, person who will buy quality and save for it as opposed to buying cheap. And you're also good at building wealth.
Okay. I need to tap into that.
You need to tap into that, yeah.
Yeah.
Because they're the wealth builders.
I mean, earlier this year, before some bills came due and I had to throw some money places that I wasn't anticipating, I did have a third of an emergency.
Nice.
Month.
Yeah.
That, like, my months are like $3,000. Not typically, but like on the like steep end if crap really goes south.
Yeah.
$3,000 is like my expenses. So I was at a third of the, like I had just over 1,000.
Okay, nice.
Yeah. So I'm like aiming to get that back up there.
Yeah. And a lot of people can't do that. That's just it's like water through your fingers.
It's discipline. Like I literally almost bought 3 different things at work today and was like, nope. I don't get paid, and I also don't have money.
Right.
You know, like I just assume I'm broke all the time.
Okay, so
responsibly broke.
Yes.
Sorry,
yes.
let me preface that with being responsibly broke. My bills are paid.
Yeah.
Fun money, not so much.
You got the roof over your head and food in your cupboard.
Yep.
Now you just have to expand beyond that, right?
But that's one of the ways I do that is when I got paid one of my jobs pays me after every shift. So I literally took half of that and was like, other account right away. So that way I can't spend it. It doesn't disappear. Like I don't go, oh, I'm hungry and go buy something.
Right.
That way I'm like, okay, cool. And I still have it.
Right, nice.
And then I just squirrel it away, and then I don't see it, and then I'm like, okay, later I'm like, oh yay, it's still there.
Yeah, I like that when you can look at another account that maybe you were scrolling away, and you're like, oh, I have way more in there than I thought.
Exactly.
Yay.
That's the goal.
So then the next sign in your signature, because we all have first names,
Sun
is now the moon,
okay.
which is your middle name. So keeping in mind moon middle, right? So that's how you can associate that.
How do you figure your moon?
Well, the best way is just to do your birth chart.
Okay, now you're like, I feel like I have it, so now I'm going to try and find it.
Okay.
While you talk.
Okay, no problem. So your moon sign is your middle name. So this is the sign, wherever your moon is, as they say, is a sign of who you really are behind closed doors. What would your friends say you're really like? What your very close friends? What would your lover say you're really like? It can also be a thing towards how you are in bed too, because the moon, you're in bed usually when the moon is out.
Nighttime. Nighttime's escapades.
Exactly. So I'm a double Aries. I'm an Aries in my sun, and I'm an Aries in my moon.
Interesting.
So
how does that affect your chart?
Oh, it does. I'm aggressive as a lover. And I have huge amounts of drive. Yep. And you'll find most Aries women and men who have it in their moon sign are very like, let's go. They have a high sex drive, that sort of thing. They also tend to like very blunt. Like they're very blunt up front. Like, hey, do you want to go? We're not like all into the
like let's play around with it.
Yeah. We don't do the mind games as much.
No, that doesn't bode well.
Yeah, and but Aries can be a little too blunt sometimes, right? Like,
okay, so they like the social nuance isn't there.
Yeah, we don't always do that very well. Or like, hey, do you want to be my boyfriend? Do you want to be my girlfriend? Like, put it right out there pretty quick.
How do I not have more Aries? Because I've done that before. I'm like, I'm not getting what you're putting down, so it's a yes or a no.
Yeah.
Either say yes and we'll continue, or I will walk away.
Now, the downside of the Aries moon, if we're talking about in bed and in love and stuff like that, is Aries believe in rules.
Okay.
But they don't believe the rules apply to them.
Okay, so it's like, here's the rule, but I'm going to not even listen to it.
And I'm going to put you to, like, expect you to follow the rules.
You have to follow the rules, but I don't. Exactly. Oh my God, that explains. Oh my God, can I just star chart all my children? Because I feel like I would understand them so much better.
I've done it for my granddaughters, and Catherine has said it's like getting a user manual for your kid. It's like, oh my God, it's so awesome. I've had a couple clients order it as a shower present.
Yes, that's amazing. Yeah. I should do that.
I can't do it until the child's actually born.
Yeah.
But, you can still gift it as something.
Okay, so now I know what I'm getting my sister, because she has one and she's pregnant with her second one.
Yeah,
we found that out recently. I'm like,
oh, that's cool.
Next one's mine. Please.
Yeah, because it's very interesting. And like I said, this is who they really are behind closed doors.
Yeah.
So because I'm a double Aries, it's sort of, I'm very much a person of what you see is what you get.
Yep.
And so I'm not much different behind closed doors. Just a couple of those things that I mentioned. What else? There was something else I was going to say about the moon sign. Oh, it also tends to be how you react and respond, depending on what you're doing, emotionally to things. How you approach things in an emotional way.
That would make a lot of sense.
Yeah, so I tend to be warrior-like again. Yeah. When I was younger, I'd either retreat big time.
Yeah.
Because every argument or emotional situation, I'm thinking negative emotional right now, was like a war, an ending of some kind, like I was going to die or not die.
Yeah, so like you would die on that hill.
Yes.
Like here's my stance. So like, ball in the middle of the table, you see black, I see white. We would die on that hill. Yeah. Essentially. Yeah. Yeah. Regardless if it's split down the middle and she only saw black and I only saw white. Yeah.
Exactly. Okay. I mean, some of that, I've been told, is part of my trauma response as well. But,
Tracks.
It's like we're all a big bundle of stuff. Right?
Yeah. We all carry stuff.
Yeah. And our zodiac signs, I know a lot of people say it's very pseudoscience, but until the 1960s, even medical doctors had to study the zodiac because there is a little bit of truth to this, and whenever I've talked to someone, and especially mothers, if they've said, oh, my kid's this or my kid's that sun sign, I'll be like, oh, so this happens, that happens, this happens. They're like, how did you know that? I'm like, it's the zodiac. Yeah. And I'm just telling you from their sun sign. I'm not even looking at any part of their other charts.
Oh, that's interesting.
So yeah. So the moon sign is a very important sign because it's really how you respond to things, how you are with close friends. Jokingly I say what you're like in bed. It does display that because, of course, that's a very emotional thing, right? Like, we don't normally have sex and we make love with someone we're in love with, which is an emotional thing. So.
Depends on, I don't know. I've met people that are like, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We've met a lot of people.
Yeah, and it's not like, I haven't had no one.
Now I'm looking at, so...
Have you figured out your moon sign?
Yes.
And if you want a card, just let us know.
I'm a Scorpio moon.
Oh, well, look at you.
I know. Yeah, I'm a Scorpio moon.
Okay. So Scorpios are very interesting. So you are loyal to the end.
I am.
Yeah. And Scorpios are like that. Scorpios don't do anything lightly. They do it deep. And you love things like deep dives but also like in your relationships, once you're a friend or a lover or related, you hang on tight. But Scorpios also hold grudges for the longest time.
It's true.
They are like elephants that way.
I mean, I'm pretty good about releasing. So, like, there was a good grudge that I had maybe 10 years ago.
Okay, yeah.
And it was a while.
Yeah.
And it took a big life event for that grudge to go away.
Yeah, because you sometimes will, and this is a Scorpio thing, will sometimes hang on to friendships longer than you should.
Yes.
And but that's part of that Scorpio loyalty, right? But Scorpios also are not afraid of the dark.
No.
So nothing really scares you emotionally. You are good at handling things emotionally. The way you approach things is not like the Aries at all. But it's like, okay, let's navigate this.
Yeah.
And let's go deeper and really find the underlying problem.
When you have time.
When you have time.
Because, like, work, not so much.
Yeah.
But it does help at work because then I can kind of figure out, and maybe this has been a lot of, like, working on, I leave my emotions out of it. Like, I don't get an emotional opinion when it comes to what's going on, especially at work. Like, obviously, in my life, I definitely get an emotional opinion, and I will, like, stake that. But definitely at work, I'm like, okay, this is going on, and then I triage it where it needs to go. Either I deal with it, or it goes to the higher ups that I'm like, I can't help you. Right. You know, like, my decision power needs to go there.
Yeah. But you, like I said, nothing really scares you, so you have no problem going up to somebody and saying, hey, this needs to happen.
Yep.
You know, or you need to move here, or you need to do this, or whatever kind of thing. The other thing about Scorpios, so it's often when a Scorpion walks into the room, you usually know they're there.
Oh, that's interesting.
Because there's a lust quality about you that you are lusted after.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It's an interesting.
Because usually they're considered one of the sexiest signs. You are second only to Capricorns of being good in bed.
Okay.
Capricorns are the best. They're the hidden jewel because you would never know it because they tend to be old men. Old grumpy men.
Old grumpy men.
But they're the hidden secret of the Capricorn is that they're amazing in bed.
That's hilarious.
But Scorpio is that second place, definitely. And you have the lust factor that Capricorns don't have. So I've met a few Scorpios that, you know, have it as their sun sign. And it's like, yeah, I can tell you're a Scorpio. Yep. Like there was one woman that walked into a room one time. I was just like, oh my God, she's just beautiful.
You can tell people have an electricity, like energetic magnetism about them.
Yeah, and she definitely had this in spades. And when I found out she was Scorpio, I was like, oh, that explains a lot.
That tracks.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what your moon sign is. Your moon sign is your middle name, because not everyone knows what your middle name is, right? And then the last sign is your rising sign.
Okay.
That's the last part of your signature. And what that is your last name or your family name kind of thing. So a lot of the times, so it can be a little confusing as to what the rising is. Not what it is, but how it kind of works.
Yeah, how it kind of works.
So because rising is kind of probably stuff you've been aiming for in past lives, if you believe in that sort of thing. So mine is Virgo. The other thing about the rising sign is it's often a sign you're growing into from your sun sign, even during this lifetime.
Ooh.
So I'm finding that in a big, big way. So Aries also tends to be very masculine type energy. So I was very tomboyish. I was, you know, I don't know. I think like a guy. Like a lot of my guy friends would come to me for girlfriend advice. Yeah. Because they're like, well, you think like a guy. I'm like, yeah, this is what you're thinking right now. Here's where you should be thinking as a woman, right? And so Virgo, though, I found is a great balance for me. I did a spectacular job for this lifetime because Aries are notoriously good at starting things, very bad at finishing. We will have 10 projects on the go. We'll be like, no, I'm not done with that yet. I'm still working on that.
Even though you haven't touched it in 6 months.
Yes, exactly. But Virgo makes you finish things.
Okay,
They're
so
a
I need to figure
finisher.
where my Virgo is in my chart and find it and be like,
And take advantage of
take
that.
advantage of that.
Exactly. Yeah. So my Virgo does balance out my Aries. So I'm one of the few Aries that actually finishes most of the projects that I start. I mean, we are humans. There's always going to be stuff that we start and just don't, allow to keep going. So whatever. But Virgos, I always tell clients, if you want something organized, get a Virgo to come and help you do it. We're natural born organizers. And in fact, we love organizing. I was joking with my husband the other day that when I do junk journaling, and there's a lot involved with junk journaling. And if you've ever asked any one of them, they've got scads of books and papers and stickers and scissors and glues and the whole. It's like a Dr. Seuss book.
It's true.
And part of what feeds me is the organizing of the supplies.
Yeah.
Not even the junk journaling itself.
It's like buying the book is one hobby, reading the book is another hobby. It's like buying the supplies and organizing them is one hobby, and actually using them and making a junk journal is the next hobby.
Exactly. And same thing with jewelry making. I love organizing the beads, right? And that's my Virgo. So, like I say, if you ever want organization to be done, look for someone who has Virgo either as their sun or their rising, because they'll probably be pretty good at it. No, that was the other thing I wanted to say about the moon is if you're looking for compatibility, look at your moon signs. A lot of people go, oh, we're both Aries, so we should get along. It's like, or, like let's say we were.
Yeah.
That doesn't fit all the time.
No.
Because that's two personalities.
Okay. Yeah.
Whereas if you link up, like say you're both Scorpios in your moon, then you probably will get along. Oh. But it has to be the moon sign. And there's other factors as well. That's not the only factor. Like two, Tauruses in moon doesn't guarantee you're going to be a great match, but it definitely makes a strong argument for
Okay,
it.
That's interesting.
Because you'll be emotionally lined up with each other.
Okay.
So a lot of the big picture stuff, you'll be on the same page, right? Even if one's Jewish and one's Catholic and, which way are we going to raise the children? If they both have the same sign in their moon sign, they'll probably be on the same page as far as spirituality or religion or whatever,
Ooh. Now I want to know what my husband's chart is.
Yeah.
I'm not going to leave him just because I found out his chart. I probably should have done this before we got married.
Well, speaking of that, a lot of people from India won't get married unless they've had their charts done.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Like, it's a compatibility factor.
It totally is. And it works. I mean, they've been doing it for centuries in that part of the world, and it works. The divorce rate's quite low over there.
Well, that's good that the divorce rates are low.
Yeah. And it's like, I mean, who was I talking to? I can't remember who it was now. But someone I was talking to, we were talking about some of these short marriages. Like, have you ever had a cousin that divorced after 2 months or 3 months?
Yeah.
Or a friend or whatever. And we've, each of us had seen that, right? And I'm like, hopefully you didn't go into the marriage going, well, I can always divorce the person if I don't like them, and it's
who thinks like that? Like,
well, there are
why legally change your name and attach yourself to another person if you're just going to be like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah, like, figure out who that person is.
And if I can add Josh.
Yeah. Or are you in the astrology?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is why I like my moonology cards, because a lot of times I will get my clients to pick, or I'll pull for them, depending on whether I'm doing it online or not, and seeing what energy is around that situation. So like, for instance, a full moon in Sagittarius, I would say, well, this is a great card because Sagittarians are literally born, not literally, but they're born with horseshoes up their butts. They are the luckiest sign. And if you get this card around a particular situation or a problem or an area of your life that you want to look at, I would say you're going to be very lucky, and doubly so because you're in full moon energy as well, which is when wishes come true. So it's also like, this is the prime time to either keep pushing on what you're doing because you're going to find some luck along the way, or, put the wish out there, put it out now because you're going to be really lucky. Sagittarians, I always jokingly say to know a Saggy is to love a Saggy. They're the most invited sign to parties as well because they're usually a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they got a good energy. People love to be around Sagittarians. I love being around Sagittarians, I know, because Aries and Sagis are very much alike.
Okay.
We're very well liked. Sagis probably are more liked than Aries, but overall we're both very well liked. But when you get a Sagi and an Aries in the same room, there's going to be trouble. And the
Well,
good
it's
kind,
interesting,
like the
though,
mischievous
because you're
kind.
right. Because some signs bounce off really well together.
Yeah.
And other times they're like, oh, what are... Because, like, you'll get this, like, standoff energy immediately.
Mm-hmm.
And, it's really funny when people ask me this at work, like, when they're like, oh, you read tarot and stuff, like, what about blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, I didn't say astrologer.
Right, yes, yes.
Because I'm like, that's a whole other...
It's a whole other ball of wax. Yeah, absolutely. Whole other system of studying. And I've taught astrology a few times. And I know with beginners, it's just so overwhelming, like even more than tarot.
Yeah.
Because there's so much involved. And I always tell them, we don't even have to do our own charts. Like back in the day when I first started studying it, they made us do our own chart and the mathematical.
Well, because then you get used to it and then you're into it and then like it becomes second nature. And then as you gain your understanding, like I understand there's amazing ways. That's a good way to learn because then you're engrossed in it.
I could never do it again in my life, but
yay for computers.
Yes. Computers save us so much time.
Yeah.
I mean, if you were going to an astrologist now and asking for your chart, you'd be like, 6 months down the road, I'll have your chart ready, because there is a lot of math and it's pretty big math. I mean, it's concrete, but it's pretty big.
Mm-hmm.
So it takes a long time to do a chart manually. And back in the day when you bought an astrology book, like maybe it was this thick, but the rest of the book was this thick with just the charts, and you'd have to look up the year and the month and the day.
Yep.
And that was still that was old school back last century.
Well, and it's funny because a friend of mine did that. She bought her astrology book, but it's really basic.
Yeah.
Like
okay.
it goes into like intro to tarot and this is your card and like intro to astrology and like these are your planets, but it doesn't give you as much detail as it really should.
No. There's a lot of beginner astrology books out there, but to get past that beginner stage.
Yeah.
I found the same thing when I was studying witchcraft and even tarot to a certain extent. It's hard to get the advanced stuff, right? Like, okay, I know all this stuff. You're just saying it in a different way. It's always good to have refreshers and all that kind of stuff, or to take different angles and perspectives. But at some point you're like, okay, I know all this. Teach me something new.
Well, that's kind of like why I veered into like Celtic shamanism, because I was like, I love the trees. I love this. Like, let's veer off in here.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. Love tarot, love witchcraft. Will always be. That'll always be in my realm too. But I'm like, what about over here?
Yeah. And there's so many different paths you can take
100%.
now. Yeah. So it's super interesting. Some of it, like I love the idea of palmistry, but again, it's another big, huge subject. And I know a guy that can do it, and he's just amazing.
Oh, wow.
And I'm just like, I'm in awe of you right now. Because I've taken a couple runs at it, and it's just, I'm like, no, I've allowed myself not to need to do that.
Okay. Maybe not this lifetime.
Maybe not this lifetime. It's okay. I'm good at... I wouldn't say I'm a great astrologer, because there's so many out there that are levels above me. But I'm definitely, I know more than the average bear. But I definitely am a master in tarot. So tarot will always be my first love, right?
For sure.
And I would say that when I had the spa, right? Because a lot of girls that worked for me were estheticians or they were hairstylists. And, one day you'd see the hairstylists were banging it out, making big buck. And then the next day a party would come in and the hairstylists would see that the estheticians are banging up good money and stuff. And they would always, it seemed, come to me at one point or another and go, I'm thinking about taking hairstyling, or I'm thinking about taking aesthetics. I'm like, that's trying to be a servant to two masters. And you'll always favor one.
Yeah.
So go with what you first love and embrace it and just become really good at that, right?
Because people will find you.
Yeah. People will find you. Exactly. I mean, I do some astrology, and I love that I can inlay that into tarot readings. So I'm thankful for that. But first and foremost, I'm a tarot reader.
No, I love it. I love it.
Yeah. So that's the star signature. Like I said, it's a term I've come up with myself, but I think it fits, right? Your sun sign is your first name, the moon sign is your middle name, and your rising sign is your family name or your last name, your surname.
Your surname. I just threw Josh's in. I don't know, like, when he was born.
Oh, okay.
But so far he's got Pisces sun. I don't know what the middle one is, but so Pisces sun, what's this moon?
Oh, that's Capricorn, I think.
Capricorn moon and Gemini rising.
Yeah.
Which is interesting because...
Capricorn. Oh, well, that's good luck to you there.
Yeah, good.
Although, he's probably pretty good, isn't he?
We have the same rising sign. We have Gemini rising.
Oh, really?
Which
so
is
you
interesting.
both love to talk?
Well, yeah. Different ways, though.
Yeah, you Geminis tend to be storytellers. They're the storyteller of the zodiac. You also tend to like to pair up with things. So you're really good at pairing up together. You love that. But you love to pair up with things. And 2 is your lucky number.
Okay.
All the way.
Interesting.
Geminis have a way of doing things in 2s.
Okay.
For whatever reason, too, things tend to fall into place.
Together. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. And you're good at speaking when you need to.
Mm-hmm.
I have a friend of mine who's a Gemini sun, and she's always been asked to do the eulogy at almost every funeral she's gone to, because she's really good at that.
Yeah.
Right? And some people have it as a gift, others do not. Where you can, Geminis don't tend to be afraid of being in public speaking.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me. Do I like it? Not really.
No, you're not a Leo.
Doesn't bother me.
Leos will steal the mic right away from your...
Which is funny, because my mom's a Leo, and she's not like that. She's terrified of public speaking.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
she does not like it at all.
Leos love the spotlight. It'd be interesting to see what's in her chart and other places that are maybe affecting that. And
hang on.
And also her past life stuff. I love doing past life regressions. But her past life might be playing into that as well. Because again, it's not just one thing that influences. It's many other things.
I have to do some math in order to figure out the year because...
Oh, okay. She's quickly see how fast you could get a birth chart just on your phone? Now, it's easy to get a birth chart. To read a birth chart is a different thing. So when I do up birth charts, I'm not talking about just the printout of whatever I got on Astro Cafe or whatever it is. I do almost a 25 to 30 page report about here's where everything is and here's what it means. Often you can predict if you're doing kids. I always say get it when they're kids. Because I've done some women who are much older in life, and it's I wish I'd known this back when. It's because I would have picked a different career, a different marriage, a different whatever.
I think over the next year, I'm going to buy my sister the birth charts for her children.
Oh, yeah. That'd be amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, get it to me anytime. It does still take me some time to do up the report. It's not 6 months because I'm not doing calculations anymore, but...
Imagine. Oh my God. No, thank you.
Yeah, the teacher let us know. We only had to do it that once during my course. I don't know if they still do it or not. But she, actually, she might not be with us anymore. But anyways, she wanted us to have the experience of having done it the really old-fashioned
way, yeah. Mm-hmm. But I mean, that way you know how to do it. It's the same reason why they still teach times tables, and people are like, why do we need to know this? I'm like,
right.
Because you're not going to always have a computer in your pocket, which 30 years ago, it definitely wasn't true. And now that we do have a computer in our pocket, and we have a calculator everywhere, it's even harder to convince the kids that you're not always going to have a computer in your pocket. But I sit there and rhyme off. They're like, how'd you know that? And I'm like, because I know my times tables.
Yeah, because I got drilled. There's something to be said for drilled lessons.
Yeah.
And
they don't do that anymore, and it makes me cry.
Yeah, because the way the way people learn is through repetition. Your body learns how to work its muscles because you repeatedly go to the gym. The reason we want, as kids, the same fairy tale to be read to us and we remember it is because we've heard it 100 times. But we wouldn't remember it if we hadn't heard it. Exactly. Same thing with tarot. Tarot, I know it's 78 cards. That's why I say don't learn the reverses because that doubles the number. But you have to sometimes memorize some of what these 78 cards mean, and it gives you a very solid foundation, because a lot of people have come to me and said, well, can you just read it intuitively? And I say yes and no. And no is, no, you can't until you do the foundation of it. You can't just get a feeling off a card, but you can if you know the foundation of that card, and then put the intuition on top. And like I said earlier in the episode, sometimes you can layer the intuition of, is this a reverse of this card, as opposed to the way it normally goes.
That's hilarious. I love how I think it automatically calculates how much of a compatible match or like how well you would get along. And like my husband has a higher ranking than my mom.
That's probably true in a lot of cases.
Oh, it totally is. I don't even know. I don't know the.
That's Leo.
So Leo Sun,
Taurus moon, and Libra rising.
Libra rising.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Cool. So she likes things balanced.
Yeah. Very.
Yeah, that's rising Leo is all about the scales. They like things balanced. They can be very charming when they want to.
Mm-hmm.
I call them the James Bond of the zodiac.
The James Bond.
Because they can charm your pants right off if they want to.
Oh, that's interesting.
James Bond is never at the end of the movie without a beautiful woman in his arms.
I find it interesting. So, like, these are all the other stuff. So, like, Chiron.
Oh, yeah.
Juno, Vesta.
Yeah, there's all kinds of signs.
Yeah. No, that's interesting. Okay, now I'm gonna...
There's 12 basic zodiac signs, but then there's also, like you said, there's Chiron, there's Juno, there's all kinds of different ones.
I'm gonna go down a deep dive, I think, this summer on astrology.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Yeah, I love astrology. I love learning more about it. And yeah, just the more I learn about it, the more it seems to apply.
It's true. And I mean, I feel like there's something to be said about it because, like, I know astrology is kind of, like, as you said earlier, it's like the pseudosciences, but, like, up until...
But it was the first science.
Exactly. And I mean, up until a certain part, we still used it as if it was medical.
And the star charts that they did back when astrology was the science, NASA still uses today.
Yep.
You know, so there was a place for it, and I think there still is.
Oh, there's 100% definitely still is. It's just unfortunate that we don't give it the same reverence as it once had.
Yeah. You know, like, no, don't put all your eggs in one basket kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. It seems to fit. Like when someone described Taurus and Aries to me when I figured out I was a cusp, I'm like, oh, that does fit better.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, okay. And when I found, like, because most people go through life only knowing what sign they are, like their sun sign. And they don't even know if they're a cusp or not. Mm. And if they know they're a cusp, they don't always know which cusp they're at.
Yeah.
You know? Because I had a client do that too. And she's like, well, I'm a cusp. I'm like, oh, which way? She's like, oh, I don't know that.
Kind of doesn't help you if you don't know which way because it changes things, right?
Exactly.
Like whether you're a Taurus Aries cusp or an Aries Taurus cusp.
Exactly. Totally two different things. And it's, I often say cusps are like having a hyphenated name, like Mary Ann.
Okay, so you have like Aries Taurus.
Yeah. So then if you have a cusp, you're like a Mary Ann or Johnny whatever, you know, Johnny. Billy Bob. There you go. That's another good one.
Sorry.
Billy Bob. I was trying to think of something like that. I'm like, what is it?
But Mary Ann's a good one.
Yeah.
And now my brain is singing the Goodbye Earl by the Chicks.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, that's the way you think of a cusp, is it's like having a hyphenated name at the start, like Mary Ann or Billy Bob.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. So they're both part of you.
This.
Yeah. So now when you read stuff, you'll be reading both for Taurus and Aries.
Yep.
Taurus is definitely heavier. Mm-hmm. But then you've got, what were you in your moon? You said Scorpio.
Scorpio moon.
So now you'll be reading up what's the moon like. And there's whole books that are just written on just moon signs. Mm-hmm. And nothing else, because it is a very influential sign. So once you get to know Scorpio as your moon, not as a sun sign, two different things.
Okay.
But once you start to learn that, you'll be like, oh, there's aha moments. You'll be having that totally fits, you know? And then whatever your rising sign is, you'll be like, okay, I can see that peppered in within my life, right?
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah. So
and then now I'm going to want to know when my kidlet's birthdays.
Yes, exactly.
Because I'm like,
And then you'll be wanting to know where the other signs in your chart is, and like, well, that explains why I want this, or why I do things that way, or whatever it means, right? Like I always say, if you could see my chart, you'd understand why I'm into graveyards, death, and skulls, because my house of death is a PowerPoint. I put a whole lot of stuff in there.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Now I want to relook at my chart.
Yeah.
I feel like you've done it, but I don't know where.
Because there's what's called power clusters. So if you have 3 or more signs or moons or,
in one house?
In one house, then it's a power cluster.
Okay. I wonder, this is just a very basic, not...
Yeah, just start with the basic and then add in the extra. Like, don't add in the extra right off the gate because there's so much to look at already.
Let's not overwhelm.
Yeah. But then you can start peppering in the other things and go, oh, okay, that works too.
Houses. Oh, it does tell you your house.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yes, I'm going to go into a...
So your second house on your chart will tell you, because it's ruled by Taurus, it will tell you if you put anything in there, how you approach finances.
Cancer.
Cancer. Oh, so you're all about home. You want to invest in home. You want to stay home. You're more the person that wants to put the money in the coffee tin than in the bank.
Yeah, 100%. Because that's how I manage to save money. Because if I put it in the coffee tin, I forget it's there.
Exactly.
Oh my God. Yes.
See the things you can tell about someone just from that.
Because if I can't see it, I can't spend it.
Right.
But that also screws me over because then if I put leftovers in the fridge, I can't see it. Therefore, I forget it's there.
Yeah. And then
so it works with money, but it doesn't work with food.
Yeah. And you'll spend on your home before you'll spend on anything else.
Not right now. But maybe when I get to a place that
you're renting now. Yeah. So there's no, you're not getting a hot tub installed or anything like that.
No.
But you would if it was your own house.
100% I would.
Yeah. And you would save up.
I'm pretty sure my husband would beat me to it. Because he's very much like, I need to be comfy.
Right.
Yeah, even though he's a Pisces.
Okay, well,
Okay, now I'm going to deep dive into this.
Yeah.
Oh,
it gets
new
really
hyperfixation just unlocked.
Yeah.
I feel like because I did take one of your astrology classes, and I feel like you were like, come with your chart done, and I was like, yeah, I got about halfway through, and I was like, this is enough math for me. I'm good.
Yeah, it's a lot. Like, even when, the first thing I often say at the beginning of an astrology class is, welcome to the world that is going to be upside down and backwards. Because everything is. Because south is now north and north is now south. And if you've taken a class, you'll know that is true. But yeah, even if I've given them a printed version of their chart, and normally what I do is I ask them to transcribe that onto a blank chart.
Yeah, because then you can kind of see where everything is.
But a lot of people can't do it. And all they're doing is Aries is here, Aries is here. Taurus is here, Taurus is here. And they get confused just doing that. Because it's just a little overwhelming or something.
Well,
and it's a lot of
house by house.
Yeah, and it's a lot of different, it's like learning a new language.
Yeah.
And learning symbols that go with that language.
Yeah.
Because, the Taurus, not everyone knows what that looks like. And,
yeah. I would have to have a little, all the 12 houses and their symbols, and a little cheat sheet.
Yeah.
And then
you need a lot of cheat sheets in astrology, especially when you first start.
Oh my God. Now I have my new hyperfixation for summer.
Yeah, totally. I'd study it with you.
Awesome. I love it.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Do some astrology study times.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Because
Cool,
I will definitely. Josh has picked up another job over the summer, and he's looked at me and went, there will be days I need you to bring me food. I'm like, okay.
Cool. Yeah, so that works. Yeah, we'll just make those our study days.
Yeah, study days and do podcasts. And yeah, I like this plan.
Yeah. All right. Well, this has been fun. Again, it's going to be over. What time is it now?
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock on Monday, April 20th. We were done this program. So you can always put in the comments that you'd like a card pulled for future ones, if you like, because we always love to hear comments. If you have any questions about anything, please reach out.
Or let us know your star signature in the comments.
Yeah. Or you can also email me. I'll put all the details in the not comments, but the description. And, I can do up a chart or see where your signature is and let you know what your signature is. What else? I guess that's about it.
Click all the buttons.
Click all the buttons. Subscribe. Find us on Facebook. Find us on Instagram.
Yep.
I'll put all the details in the description. And don't be afraid to comment yourself with your Wayward Spirit.
Yes, I will do that.
Yeah,
I will
they
do
can
that,
find
do
you
that.
there too.
That's one thing I need to get better at, is shoving my face in places.
Yes,
You're like, hi, I'm here.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, well, thank you very much for being here tonight, and we hope you have a great week.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
There you go. Perfect.
Good deal.